Alrighty, so since the last video, I was waiting for electrician. So everything's all back up and going good. Over the weekend, got some work done, but did everything correctly, ran it through the attic. Got some 110 here. Got 220 hooked up as well. Lathe comes on nicely. So that'll be another project. But getting some work done on the Bridgeport, doing Feedneck mods. So I do Feedneck mods differently compared to the majority of what others do. Usually what you do is show the bodies here. I've done it, I do it this way too, but I like to do it the other way. Mill off the top of the Feedneck, and then I throw mine on a rotary table, which is this guy right here. I have it set up for another configuration, but it's a rotary table. So you indicate the body in, and just use a little vise like that. Indicate the body in straight with a bore, and then cut all the way around it, and then throw a TC cutter in there and cut that groove. It's easy enough. Another easier way for me is I have all these inserts that I've made before. So the inserts are the same spec as the Inception and Empire Feednecks. I use diamond tooling just for the shininess, the diamond tipped inserts. They're pretty cool, give it a really nice finish. In case you're curious, diamond tooling. So typical carbide insert is something like this, whereas diamond tipped, let's see, where is it? There it is. This insert right here. So diamond will always give a nice finish. You can see it's just the tip right there, and that's it. So that's how these are finished. So this is just straight off the lathe. Then what I do is I'll throw it in this fixture. I have a collet, just a 5C collet. Throw it in here, clamp on it, tighten it up, and then I use 11/16 end mill, and then that's I'll basically drill down on it with the end mill through, and then that's how you're going to have the 11/16 radius for the bore when it presses in, as clearance through the breech, and cut it to size and whatnot. I like doing it this way. It's easier for me, therefore it's going to be cheaper overall for everybody else. And in situations like this body, the guy that had this body, it never came with a Feedneck, so he was kind of out of luck. He didn't have the chance to have something already in there like this to where anybody else can just chop it down and do that. So that worked out well. You're also really concentric, since you're having to indicate the bore in to make sure you're on center with the body, and you're cutting around it. It can be a few thou off, which really is not going to make a difference for anybody. But with these, the OD and the ID for the inserts are turned at the same time, so it's as concentric as you can get. And then it's pressed in and Loctited just like they did from factory, and that's it. So another way of doing Feedneck mods, a couple of them. But other than that, that's what I did this past weekend. It's a bunch of Feedneck mods, different ways of doing it. Another body I did, this right feed. Another situation where guy that had this body received it, and the Feedneck that he received it with it taken out, just like this. So it's all damaged, there's dents in it, and it doesn't press in anymore. It's super loose. So since I pull these from other bodies, I actually took one and milled off the top and milled it down. You can see it actually has different anodize on it. This whole body is getting re-anodized anyway, so it didn't matter. But I threw it on the rotary table and basically mill turned it down to size, and then did the same thing with milling it for the breech and then pressing it in Loctite and done. This also got, this was pre-2K, so it converted it to 2K. So now it can take any 2K front block or pump kit. And then also drilling another air passage. Usually there's only one on these older bodies, but there's two now. So drilled through the body and through the Vasa. That's what this guy got. That's pretty much it. But yeah, just wanted to show what I did this past weekend. Just mostly Feedneck mods, up nets, coming up. This will be an interesting one. This unibody, customer doesn't want this lip. He wants it smooth, like how other bodies are, like that. So I'm gonna mill that down and then hand finish the rest of it in on both sides, and then Feedneck mod. This one obviously you can't take out. The Feedneck is built in, so I'll throw it on the rotary table and mill turn it down and add in the key seat groove, and that's it. Mid block and mid block. I'll have a video for those as well, but that's it.